The Notre Dame Fighting Irish dismantled the Army Black Knights, number 19 team in the country, 49-14 on Saturday night, strengthening their case for a nice seed in the college football playoffs. A lot to get to, a lot of positives, a lot of key players, a lot of breakout stars to talk about after this one, folks. I want to talk about a couple that hail from the same city. Let's talk about these special young talents out of St. Louis. Ryan Roberts, A to Z Sports, breaking down everything that you all saw during Notre Dame's 49-14 victory of the Army Black Knights on Saturday night. And folks, I took a step back, watched the entirety of this football game, obviously, and there were several players that when you talk about game balls or players of the game and those types of superlatives, there were a few players that you could have talked about on defense especially, but on offense, I think there was one player that really solidified themselves and really stood out during this game. And then when I took a further step back, I started talking about some of the other guys that really stood out to me, and I'm like, man, the city of St. Louis really showed out in Yankee Stadium on Saturday night. Offensively, obviously, the conversation starts with sophomore running back Jeremiah Love, who ended the night 7 carries, 130 yards. For the math majors out there, that is nearly 19 yards a carry, had 2 rushing touchdowns, including a 68-yard touchdown run in the second half, which to start off the scoring in the second half, literally the first offensive play in the second half. He also had an incredible hurdle during the game on a touchdown reception. 3 total touchdowns on this game. Now about 850 yards, I think, rushing on the season. His yards per carry average, his ability in the passing game, his ability as a runner, everything that he brings to the table is absolutely special. And as we get closer and closer, only USC, before deciding on where Notre Dame ends in this playoff ranking, love the fact, and not pun intended there, that Jeremiah Love is playing his best football at the best possible time. It was incredible to see. On the other side of the ball, and if you remember back to the 2023 recruiting class, of course, Jeremiah Love coming out of Christian Brothers, but Notre Dame got another great player out of the city of St. Louis, that year, that being Christian Gray, who came out of De Smet, who is a 6 foot, 190-pound corner, starter now as a sophomore. And guys, I'm going to keep poking fun at Christian because I know his family well. Need to catch some of these footballs. He dropped another interception on Saturday, but man, the physicality that he played with, I felt like he really set a tone early on against an option team. You don't really think of corners being able to set the tone, but man, Christian Gray was phenomenal. Getting off of blocks, laying big sticks in the run game, closing speed is outrageous, and in the passing game, he shut down every opportunity that an Army tried to take throughout the football game, mostly in the second half. Christian Gray was phenomenal. Now, he's not from St. Louis, but I need to do a quick shout out to Aeneas Williams, who is a Missouri guy out of Hannibal High School in the state of Missouri. His 58-yard touchdown run was one of the highlights of the second half. 3 carries, 62 yards, and that long touchdown, obviously the longest play from scrimmage for the true freshman Aeneas Williams in his career. St. Louis showed out for Notre Dame on Saturday night, folks. It's Notre Dame showed out for all the Irish fans out there. One game closer to the college football playoffs. We'll be breaking it down the rest of the week, getting you all ready for USC. Folks, you know the drill, though. No matter what the outcome, but especially during the victory, go Irish.